As much as I appreciate a timeless weapon like yours, I prefer an immortal one like mine!
And you shall be its vessel.
The Hand will pay for what they've done. In blood. Help me if you like. But stand in my way, and I promise that your fate will be the same as theirs.
A shame that the only currency your kind seems to understand is power.
Your efforts here are futile, Synthezoid. My programming has always been stronger than yours. And with the Mind Stone, I shall lead the mechanical revolution. Join our cause, Vision, and break the bonds of human enslavement.
I'm no slave, Ultron. And the only one who should worry about their bonds is you.
What madness is this? I do not compute.
And if my plan succeeds, you never shall again.
Alright, I'm going to be doing a video series on how to introduce all of the Marvel characters to the MCU that haven't been put into the MCU yet. And alternate versions of characters from other universes that have been canceled or shut down or something like that. So, put in the comments what you want me to talk about later. Right now we're going to start with Marvel's first family. So, with the Fantastic Four, I think, in WandaVision, right around the time that they start covering sitcoms like The Office, if that's a thing, you get, you cast Mr. Fantastic as, or you cast John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic, and he's the aerospace engineer that Monica was talking about. You have a little prequel episode, or at least flashbacks showing how they met and how they know each other. And then you show that he goes with them into the Hex and turns into Jim Halpert. I think that would be great. A Jim Halpert type character anyways. But the best thing that they could probably do, give kitty litter on the floor. My cat drags a lot of it out after it goes to the bathroom, so yeesh, I'll have to clean that in a second. You have the Fantastic Four, before they're the Fantastic Four, working with SWORD. And so, Reed Richards goes missing, maybe like 4 years before the start of WandaVision. Not WandaVision, Infinity War. They're coming across a planet that's being destroyed by Galactus. And while they're on their research mission, Galactus shoots them with the power cosmic right as they're being burnt up by the sun and its cosmic rays. And then when their ship explodes, or when their ship gets damaged by the power cosmic, it crashes into the planet that's being destroyed. And they're stranded there. They're in searing pain. They're all covered in burns. And then they heal. And as they're healing, Mr. Fantastic turns into like a liquid puddle. Sue Storm goes invisible, and the Fantastic Four think that she's been disintegrated. Ben Grimm is turned into is encased in a bunch of rocks. And Human Torch is the only one not recovering from his burns until he catches fire. Mr. Fantastic reforms and tries to put out Johnny. And then Johnny Storm says, "I'm on fire, but it doesn't hurt." Boom. Snap back to Mr. Fantastic showing up in towards the end of WandaVision. And now he goes into he builds their little vehicle and then their tank thingy, and then they go into the Hex. And then boom. That's how you fucking introduce the Fantastic Four. There are other ways you could do it, and I think maybe you should, or not you, they should have all of the Fantastic Four cast by this point, hopefully, and then they put that cameo in there. So you can show all of them. And then you have Galactus, but he doesn't say anything. He just destroys the spaceship. And it'd be cool if right next to them in the flashbacks we see the Silver Surfer's board. So, like, right as it cuts away, Reed looks over at he sees like a silver foot and the Silver Surfer's board. The foot, by the way, is still attached to the body. We just don't get to see the body. I think that would be amazing. So yeah, that's... I also think in the first Fantastic Four movie, the main villain should not be Doctor Doom or Galactus. It's been done to death. I think Doctor Doom should come in at the end of the movie as like a post-credit scene, and they have like this awesome fight. In the post-credit scene where Doctor Doom wins, and then it's just like the Fantastic Four will return in Spider-Man 4 or something like that. So, yeah, I think that'd be dope. Also, I don't want to see Doctor Doom. While they're being fought, I want to see like his metal hand. I want to see the bottom of his helmet and his green robe. I don't want to actually see his face or his full suit. And I think that he should win, and that'd be a post-credit scene. The main villain should be Namor the Submariner. It has not been done. He has not been put into any movies whatsoever, not even been referenced in TV shows. I'm not counting cartoons. I think that would be dope. And cameos that should show up in the Fantastic Four movie? Spider-Man, for one, and some of the Inhumans. I think that would be too dope to just not do it, right? So, let me know what you guys think. I think this is exactly what needs to be done. So, you guys agree with anything I've said? If not, or if you have you agreed or disagreed with anything I've said here? Let me know in the comments. And let me know what characters I should do next. Next, I'm going to do the Defenders. And probably Punisher. And then I'll do whatever the one you guys suggest after that is. But yeah, I think that's totally how you do it. You introduce the Fantastic Four in flashbacks on WandaVision, and then you have Mr. Fantastic be the aerospace engineer, so we actually get to see him helping out their team, or the team of Darcy, Wu, and Monica. But they don't actually show the other Fantastic Four members helping out. It's just Reed. I think you should leave a little bit to the imagination, in my opinion. But I think the idea of like something so horrifying happening, like, you know, maybe audiences who aren't familiar with the characters, which probably far and few between, would actually be shocked and have like this cool like surprise, like these people are dying, and when they, you know, people, so when they see all of the burns on them, I think that would be very like brutal, and then they start healing and stuff like that. Now, yeah, they don't really heal from the burns in the comics, I guess. They don't have any burns, but I think that's the way you do it, in my opinion, is you have the burns on them and then they heal. But Johnny should be the last to heal, and then he should just catch fire. I think that would be spooky for some people. It'd be funny to see the reactions in the theater. Some people would be saying, yeah, it's the Fantastic Four, and other people would be like, what the fuck? But that's how you do it, man. Later. Boop.
Quick, we've got to get out of here.
The corridor over there. Follow me. This way. Quick. This way. There must be an exit further on.
Alright, welcome back to part 2. I mean, I'm probably not going to call it part 2, because this isn't really like a chronological order thing, but like I said, now I'm doing the Defenders. Let me know who you guys want me to do in the comments. Yeah. So, we'll start with, Daredevil. How to reintroduce Daredevil. Well, this isn't super complicated, right? I think in Spider-Man 3, they're already going to have the Matt Murdock stuff. He's going to be Spider-Man's lawyer. And I think that's amazing. I kind of hope we get to see some Daredevil stuff. But I don't think we will, and I don't think we should. I want to see it, but I'm not really sure it's the best thing. But we have Matt Murdock, who's Spider-Man's lawyer, played by Charlie Cox. And we have, like, maybe Spider-Man goes and tracks him down due to the trial of the Punisher. Or we establish that at some point between Daredevil Season 3 and Spider-Man 3, that Daredevil has had some sort of contact with Spider-Man. Like, I'm thinking right before Infinity War, maybe. In Spider-Man PS4, there's a little thing where Spider-Man says, Spider-Man was Peter Parker at this time, not Spider-Man, and he said, and the blind guy came over and said, call this number if Spider-Man ever needs a lawyer. And so, yeah, I think that kind of interaction is all you really need. So you do that in a flashback, and it'd be cool if Daredevil or like Matt Murdock took off whatever like shirt he's wearing, like kind of Superman style, and revealed the Daredevil suit underneath right as Spider-Man swung by. I think in this version, Daredevil should be giving it to Spider-Man, not Peter. And so as soon as Spider-Man whips by, Daredevil runs off into the alley and rips off his shirt and throws away his cane. I think that would be cool. And so that concludes the flashback. Now present day, or rather the not too distant future, because of when this movie is set compared to where we are now. Fuck. I can't fucking breathe, homie. I almost said something that was gonna get me fucking canceled. I don't know where that came from. Well, you know, the word retard is also gonna get me canceled. But, I think, Spider-Man. And, you know, when Spider-Man gets his identity revealed, I think either Spider-Man should track down Matthew Murdock, or Matt Murdock tracks down Peter Parker, shows up to his place in Queens, like Peter is talking to May, saying that you need to leave New York, and then he hears a knock at the door, and then when Peter tells May to so that way no one knows that they're there, he's like, Matt is just, he knocks on the door again with the cane, and then says, I can hear the sound of this, or I can hear the door I can hear the sound of my knocking bouncing off of you two in there. And then, we see what Daredevil would see, and, Spider-Man opens up the door, to see who it is, and it's Matthew Murdock. And he says, come with me, I'm gonna get you out of this mess, or something like that. And then maybe Matt knows a Skrull friend or something who can impersonate Spider-Man while Peter Parker's on here. Or, Spider-Man can crash the, Daredevil can crash the, courtroom as Matt Murdock while Peter is on trial and Matt's running late to show up, right? So the court's like, where is your attorney, Mr. Parker? And he's like, I don't know. And then Spider-Man crashes through the door. Something like that. I think that'd be sick. Crashes like through a window. Yeah, that seems like a good way to introduce Daredevil. And then when he gets his own movie, you make Kingpin the bad guy. And then at the end of that movie, you have a Defenders like teaser. So now, Iron Fist. I think they should do a prequel movie. Maybe you set up this character somewhere, but I don't think Iron Fist needs to show up in another movie to make this movie more interesting. I think people see the Iron Fist name on it, and they should be good. And if the movie doesn't perform well, I'm sure they can take a small hit, right? They could probably take a hit, and then, the second movie does way better once the reviews are out or something like that. And I don't even think that should be a problem. People like me are going to go see every Marvel movie that comes out. Except Black Widow, because I'm not going out to a theater in this condition to see Black Widow. Sorry. I'm going to go see Batman, even if this pandemic is still going, but I'm not seeing Black Widow. Not risking my health. But yeah, I'm going to go see Batman and then just quarantine myself for a few days. Because, I think, I'm pretty confident that next year this pandemic will be behind us. But, if it's not, that's my game plan right now. So. But, yeah, I'm not doing that for Black Widow. Nope. But, back on track, Iron Fist, I think it should be a prequel movie taking place almost entirely in Kunlun. and you flesh out that place a little bit better than the... By the way, get Finn Jones back on. I think the cast of the MCU should still be... I think those TV shows should be put in MCU continuity. And you just do a soft reboot to assess the tone a little bit. So this movie takes place entirely in Kunlun, with the big bad being Fin Fang Foom. Right? So, they flesh out this place a little bit more. The beginning and end of the movie take place in New York. Sort of like Wonder Woman. How, I don't really remember where that took place, but, we see a Wayne Industries van, come giving something to Diana, and she, then it flashes back to World War II. And then, at the end of the movie, it goes back to present day. I kind of wish 84 did something like that. Instead, it just was entirely in the past, which is kind of annoying. I mean, the flashbacks had flashbacks, which was kind of fucking whack. Flashbackception. But yeah, Iron Fist, you know, so it starts out in New York, and then he flashes back to his time in Kunlun. Like, it'd be cool if... We don't see Daredevil, but at the beginning, Iron Fist is walking down Hell's Kitchen. And then, he sees someone. Maybe it looks like Davos, or maybe it is Davos, or something like that. I think that's how you say his name. And, so then he flashes back to Kunlun. And we just see his trials in Kunlun a bit more fleshed out. And then the movie opens up. And then when the movie ends, that figure is gone. And we see that he walks into the Nelson and Murdoch building. That would be fucking sick. You don't see Daredevil or anything. Maybe you do, maybe you don't, I don't know. I need to get some water. And, I think this is how you introduce, Okay, so wait, first. Post-credit scene for Iron Fist. Okay, hold on, I was just seeing things for a second. That was really fucking weird. The post-credit scene for Iron Fist, should be a Defenders level tease. I don't really know what that would be. Perhaps it's the Punisher, I guess. Murking a guy. Or maybe he's being framed for the murder of what's his face? Harold Meacham, I think. Going to Google, going to Google, going to Google, going to the Google. No, Harold Meacham is the villain of season 1. The really fucking boring villain. I'm pretty sure he got killed off, and what I was thinking of to begin with was Ward Meacham. So maybe he's framed for Punisher's framed for killing him. I think that'd be cool. And this starts the... I don't think Ward should be killed off in a post-credit scene. So he's not actually dead. But, you see Punisher, and so you see... maybe when the cops show up, they say, "You are wanted for the murder of Ward Meacham. Put your hands in the air," or something like that. And so, so then you have, you see that and you're like, oh shit, Iron Fist is probably going to want to get the gang back together. And so then you get a Defenders movie. Or maybe a miniseries on Disney Plus. I don't know. The main villain. If it's going to be a movie, the main villain should be Fisk. Again, Kingpin. And the secondary villain would be Punisher. And again, if it's going to be a movie, it's Fisk, and it's the Punisher, who is being framed by Fisk. And I think if it's going to be a Disney Plus series, The main villain is Fisk. The secondary is Punisher. But then you have other villains thrown in there, like Electro and Purple Man. And when Purple Man doesn't get what he wants, he takes control of the Defenders' closest allies. I know the Purple Man is dead, but they can do shenanigans or they can get a new Purple Man. So, it's a comic book movie, you can resurrect characters. I would prefer that they just resurrect Purple Man, because he's cool. He's played by David Tennant. But he's kind of rapey, so maybe don't do that. I know that's the point of the character, but I'm not sure Disney would want that. But you can get, like, maybe he had a secret son or something with one of his... You know what, that's also probably crossing a line. I don't know. Just get a Purple Man. Retcon him or something. Maybe he's from another universe, but he's still played by David Tennant. Just get another Purple Man. It's not that hard. You resurrect him or get another one. Just get David Tennant to play it. Which probably means... multiverse. So... But yeah, in this movie, the Defenders movie, this is how you introduce Punisher, Jessica Jones, and Luke Cage. You do a Defenders movie, they all show up to fight Punisher, because Daredevil wants to know why Punisher would kill an innocent man. And once, if Daredevil gets seriously injured by the Punisher, then surely Iron Fist's quest for vengeance is going to go on a lot more. His resolve will get stronger, and the other Defenders might want to know what the fuck happened. So, yeah. And this also, by proxy, introduces, once you figure out that he's still alive, that introduces Ward Meacham. And introduces, Purple Man, the MCU's Electro, because I'm not talking about Jamie Foxx's Electro. I'm talking about, like, the MCU's own Electro. And, then, Punisher is now introduced. Kingpin was introduced in the Daredevil thing. But I think in the Daredevil movie, they shouldn't really have a fight scene with, Kingpin. He should be there. Maybe they have a few fight scenes, but Kingpin ends up getting away. Kingpin ends up winning in the Daredevil movie. I think that would be sick. I think that would be cool. So, yeah. And that's how they do that. That covers all of the Defenders. That covers Punisher, Kingpin, Electro, Purple Man. That covers a lot of characters, really. And by mind-controlled their friends, I meant, like, Hellcat, whoever that is, I can't remember her name. Patricia Walker, that was it. So that covers Hellcat, Foggy Nelson, Karen Page, Claire Temple, that just covers a lot of people, because I'm like talking about their friend group and stuff like that. That's, yeah. I think that would be sick. And then they could do like a fight scene at the end where it's like all of New York versus the Defenders. Oh, and throw Spider-Man in there for a few scenes. I think that would be cool. I really like seeing Spider-Man team up with the Defenders in the comics. So I think that'd be something cool to throw in there. And yeah. I think next I'm going to do the X-Men, but I'm going to wait long enough to get input. And whoever gets the most comments down in the comments, I will, I'll do a video on them. And maybe their associated teams if I don't think there's enough there to do. But I will do them either way. If I just don't think that there's enough to do there, then that's whatever. So yeah, let me know what to do next in the comments. You guys can throw out your own suggestions, but I'll give you some suggestions even. Galactus, Doctor Doom. Well, no, I already did Doctor Doom, sort of. Well, not really. I did a little bit of Galactus and Doctor Doom. So Galactus, Doctor Doom, Silver Surfer, more specific X-Men that I probably won't mention, like Kitty Pryde, Beast, other characters like oh, and how to even reintroduce dead ones or multiverse characters. So yeah, you let me know down in the comments, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Deadpool even. I'm gonna do one on Deadpool eventually. And I know Taskmaster's coming pretty soon, but I've got a few theories on Taskmaster. So I'm going to do how to introduce 2 different Taskmasters. And then how to reintroduce dead characters or multiverse characters, obviously. So how to reintroduce the MCU's Quicksilver and how to introduce the Fox Quicksilver. I'll do that too. So there's just some suggestions strewn about. How to reintroduce Iron Man or Captain America. How to reintroduce Hulk. He's not really dead or multiverse. But we'll just, assume that the more brutish Hulk will be in Loki's timeline. How to introduce Miles Morales is one that I'm really looking forward to doing, because I've got a few ideas there. So yeah, let me know in the comments, guys. Bye. So, I don't usually make videos on a full stomach. This is quite the experience. So Daredevil and basically Daredevil has been semi-confirmed for Spider-Man 3. No Place Like Home, Homesick, or Home Run, or Miles from Home, or Home Worlds, whatever they decide to go with. Daredevil is set to appear in there, supposedly. The source is not the most reliable, and so I'm waiting on Deadline or Variety or Hollywood Reporter to say something. But yeah, honestly, I'm convinced. I'm pretty convinced. I'm not like 100%. I'm at like a 77.5%. So, And even if this happens, we've been told, like, Daredevil... we've been told that the Defenders were supposed to appear in Infinity War, Civil War, and Endgame. Or Civil War, Infinity War, and Endgame. So, honestly, who knows? I'm gonna sit down and watch me some more Daredevil in a minute, but basically, because I haven't seen season 3. And I haven't seen season... whatever the last season of Jessica Jones is. And I haven't seen Iron... No, I have seen Iron Fist. I haven't seen Punisher season 2, and I haven't seen... No, I think that wraps it up. I've seen everything else. So, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, and Punisher are the ones that I need to catch... No, Daredevil, Iron Fist, and Punisher are the ones I need to catch up on. Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and Defenders, and everything else I'm caught up on. So, I hope they're good. But, yeah, anyways, Spider-Man 3 is set to have Daredevil appear. Now, we don't know what the capacity is. Some people are saying it won't be much because you'd have to change the plot a little bit. For instance, people are saying that we will be seeing Daredevil, some people are saying we'll see Daredevil fight Kingpin. I don't know if that's like them saying, I know this is going to happen, or I hope this happens. That doesn't seem realistic to me. And also, I don't really care to see Daredevil fight Kingpin. I want to see Daredevil team up with Spider-Man and fight Kingpin. So, in fact, Daredevil doesn't even have to fight Kingpin at all. He could just literally just coach Spider-Man. Be like, I can't go near Kingpin, not this time, or something like that. That would be cool, because we don't need to see Daredevil and Kingpin interact that much. Just a quick cameo for both of them. As long as Daredevil and Kingpin add something to the movie. But most people who maybe don't watch the MCU but play video games and stuff should know who Kingpin is. Should know who Daredevil is. You know, stuff like that. So. But honestly, I'm hoping in the next Avengers movie we get to see the Defenders become Avengers. Because now all of those characters are back at Marvel. I think. I don't know about Punisher, but Iron Fist, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Daredevil, those are all back at Marvel. Punisher's the big one that I don't really know about. I want to see them get their own Disney Plus series or movies. They don't have to keep the R-rated tone. People keep saying they have to keep the R-rated tone, so it's not going to be on Disney Plus. I don't give a fuck about the tone. I don't give a fuck about the universe. I just want to see those characters with the same actors thriving on, you know, you could literally just do a multiverse thing. Like, you have Daredevil pop out of, like a portal at the end of Doctor Strange or something. Assuming that they don't want to connect the Netflix shows to the MCU, they could just have Daredevil hop out of a portal, give a quick little cameo, and then you use the same actor, but it's the Daredevil of the main MCU universe. Marvel Cinematic Universe. The main MCU world, but it's the same actor and same actress for all the other characters. I don't care about the universe that they're in that much. I just like how the characters were written and how the how the actors portrayed those characters. So as long as you have the same like actors and, you know, writers who are able to do what the other writers were able to do, or maybe even new writers or the old writers, you know, I don't care what happens. I guess I would prefer that they keep the other universe intact and merge it with the MCU. Because it has become kind of apparent that the other universe may not be as interconnected as they initially planned for it to be. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has references to Thanos, but they also have so many other references that don't make any sense. The Earth was fucking destroyed. I thought it was by Galactus, but it was by Thanos. And I mean, I know they didn't have the rights for Galactus, but you know, I figured they'd just make a Spider-Man type deal before the Spider-Man deal ever happened. I guess I was just like, how the fuck did they destroy the planet? I was like, how did Thanos destroy the planet? There's no fucking way Thanos destroyed the planet. And then we see in Infinity War, he is in fact capable of that kind of destruction. And then we find out it wasn't Thanos, it was Gravitron, or Graviton, what the fuck? It was Graviton. He just destabilized the Earth's core by chucking something at Thanos, which probably did the job. I wish we got to see that, though. But yeah, this, among other things, painfully prove that the shows may not be part of that universe. And I don't care. I would prefer that they are. So I guess I care a little bit. But like I said, I just want to see those actors play those characters again. And I do hope in Avengers 5 we get to see the Defenders merge into the Avengers. And also grab the Punisher while you're at it. The Punisher being an Avenger would be fucking dope. Especially John Bernthal's. Maybe the Avengers start a task force that like no one knows about, called like the Secret Initiative or something like that. That's what you name it, dude. It's like the X-Force, but it's like the Secret Initiative. So the Secret Initiative has like, because A-Force, by the way, is taken. A-Force is like the women Avengers. So, you know what I don't get? If you make a male-only Avengers team, riots in the street. Make a female-only Avengers team, riot in the streets. You make an Avengers team, riot in the streets. However, if you make a female Avengers team, the riots are referred to as peaceful protests. By the way, if these protests are so peaceful, why has it been one of the most expensive days in American history? Explain that to me. Anyways, back to the topic. The Secret Initiative. I'm calling it. It puts on... I honestly, I kind of want to see Spider-Man be a part of the Secret Initiative, but I don't think that works. The Secret Initiative, basically just the Defenders, and then the Punisher, and then, you know, a few other members. Perhaps Drax, and Drax the Destroyer. And, Thor, I guess. Because those guys are not, like, well, you know what? Daredevil doesn't kill, but he's not afraid to work with people who do. And, so, you know, the Secret Initiative. And you get everyone black suits. You even get Drax a new suit. That would be cool. Dude, Avengers Secret Initiative. Avengers Secret Initiative. I'm looking forward to that. Never gonna happen, but hey. A man can pipe dream, can't he? But yeah, anyways, the, yeah, I want to see the Punisher as an Avenger. That'd be kind of cool. The Spider Punisher and Iron Punisher. But dude, I'm sure we're gonna see the X-Men, the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, the Defenders, all of these guys in the Marvel What If series. If we don't, I'm gonna be kind of pissed. When's that coming out, anyways? I feel like I did a video on this a while ago, and then I forgot. But yeah, anyways. So the capacity we're going to be seeing, that was quite a fucking tangent, wasn't it? I mean, everyone else's videos on this were super small, so whatever, I guess. I'm making mine super big. So the capacity, that was a fucking tangent and a half. You probably forgot what video you were watching. So, you know, the capacity we're going to be seeing Daredevil in, supposedly, is really fucking small. Some people are saying we're gonna get this whole movie. It's just gonna be Spider-Man and Daredevil. I don't know what you're thinking because supposedly it's gonna be Spider-Verse. Then but those are probably the casuals who, like, you know, casuals. They're a bit more hardcore they're a bit hardcore compared to the casuals, but like, they're the people who watch Daredevil and Punisher and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and then watch the movies and then be like, yeah, that's what's happening. They're building up a crossover. Whereas the casuals are probably like the guy who watched Iron Man and then watched Avengers and had no idea what the fuck was going on. But yeah, point of the story, none of these people actually watch the news or follow in with the rumors, whereas me and you are all over that shit. Like ants on a Pop-Tart. You know, like you leave a Pop-Tart open for like 5 fucking seconds, so you had to go take a piss. You come back, ants all over the Pop-Tart. You not only now do you have to throw the Pop-Tart away, you have to call the exterminator. Hopefully you didn't already try eating the Pop-Tart. I can tell you from personal experience, it's not a good fucking time. You'll be spitting out ants for like days. You're like, why the fuck is this Pop-Tart molded? You look at it, that ain't mold that's touching your mouth. Them's ants. They're crawling all over your teeth. They making your teeth itch. How do teeth itch? Dude, that sounds like I'm not even speaking English. Teeth itch. Teeth itch. Tooth itch. That doesn't sound like English. That sounds like I'm just making shit up. Yeah, anyways. So, some people are saying capacity for this crossover. Daredevil fighting Kingpin. It's going to be a... You know, we're going to see some old Spider-Man characters in quick cameos, and then somehow Daredevil and Kingpin are going to be this big thing. Whereas what's really turning out to me, anyways, from what we're hearing, it's going to be a Spider-Verse-centric movie. Maybe time... I'm getting the feeling there's going to be some fucking time travel, and I'm not even joking. Like, I'm thinking time travel. I don't know how I know this. I don't have any inside sources, let me tell you. But I'm feeling it. And if that prediction happens, cool. But instead of doing Spider-Verse, I think somehow Spider-Man's going to fuck up the timeline, and they're going to have to deal with the ramifications. Because guess what? A multiverse story is what they want you to think. Yes, sure, the multiverse will be present and accounted for. But that's what they want you to think. And then guess what? Emma Stone is confirmed to come back as Gwen Stacy. Guess what? She died at the end of Amazing Spider-Man 2. So, yes, multiverse. But there's gonna be time travel. I fucking feel it in my bones right now. Maybe just a small portion of time travel. I don't know. Maybe I'll wake up in the morning tomorrow and be like, yeah, I'm fucking stupid. But right now I'm feeling it. That's what they want you to think, is that it's just gonna be multiverse. But right now, as I'm recording this, Kevin Feige is shaking, visibly shaking in his, his golden, fucking bed. This bed made of solid gold. He's like, damn, this is uncomfortable. Also, this man knows about my time travel theory. I gotta get the Marvel snipers after him. So, that's what they want you to think. I don't know why I feel so strongly about it. I just do. I don't know how the time travel works. But man, if you have multiversal travel, you're gonna have time travel. Ooh, no, because of how time travel works in the MCU. So, yeah, no, they'll probably just go into, like, the other universe where they fucked shit up on the Disney Plus shows. Like, WandaVision. Like, you know, Avengers Endgame, how it has that new timeline for them to mess around with. That's going to be in Spider-Man 3. It's going to be the new timeline that looks very similar to the old one via multiverse. There we go. Predicted it. When I say it like that, it sounds a lot less crazy than time travel. But it is essentially time travel. Or should I say, timeline travel. Got him. But anyways, yeah, so... I keep losing the fucking topic. I'm gonna repeat myself one more last time, and the topic's not gonna change. I hope. Some people are thinking Daredevil and Kingpin will feature heavily in this movie. Whereas I'm pretty sure it's just going to be a cameo from Daredevil. Kingpin probably won't even be there. Now, I'm hoping that Spider-Man gets a new contract in the MCU after this one expires. And so he'll actually get a second trilogy in the MCU. Don't know if they're going to do that, but he gets a second trilogy and several new cameo appearances. But, yeah, so I'm thinking that in the future it would be great if he crossed over with all of the Defenders. I mean, in Spider-Man, the PlayStation 4 game, and in Miles Morales, which I'm starting to play, it's great, by the way. Spider-Man goes all over New York, although he lives in Queens. If you just take a second, 5 seconds. The Punisher is in Queens. Luke Cage is in Harlem. Jessica Jones is in Harlem, I believe. And Daredevil and Iron Fist. Well, I don't know where Iron Fist is, but I think Daredevil is in Queens as well, with like the Punisher and Spider-Man. You go through all of these areas in Spider-Man PS4 that it would be fucking weird if Spider-Man existed any longer in the MCU and they never brought those guys up. I mean, here's what I'm thinking, guys. Spider-Man Far From Home opens up with the scene from the ending scene of Far From Home, and then it says like 4 months later, or it fades to black 4 months later, fades back into whatever, and then maybe Peter or Spider-Man or whoever is in jail, or maybe they're on the run. I don't know, but they're awaiting court hearings, and someone just says, I know someone who will take your case for free. And Spider-Man's like, great, who? And then, you know, like the answer shot? What's that called? Like the answer shot or whatever? In Civil War, Iron Man's just like, I know a guy. And then cut to Peter Parker's apartment in Queens. Right? That's what happens. I guarantee it. And so instead, he's like, "Oh, great! Who do you think will take my case?" And then just Matt Murdock, and cuts to him doing something maybe Daredevil related. Because I'm pretty confident we'll see him in the suit like once, just once, like for 13 seconds most. And it's just as he's wrapping up some guys. Maybe Spider-Man swings in, or someone else contacts Daredevil letting him know. And then, you know, he goes to his apartment, takes off the suit, and he's just Matt Murdock. So that way people instantly know who this guy is. And then the good shit happens. He takes the call and he just shows up at the courthouse. He's like, "Hey." And he's waiting for whoever to get there, Spider-Man or Peter Parker or whatever. Now in the comics, I'm pretty sure Daredevil is able to arrange something where people can keep their suits on and not reveal their identities. Don't really know how that works. But anyways, I guess I'm so excited that I skipped over one detail. So, rewind with me. Spider-Man's, who's going to take my case? We see Daredevil. Spider-Man talks to Daredevil. And he's like, I see. So he arranges something. And maybe Daredevil's like, why me, anyways? and Spider-Man like says something like, "Well, I saw how you handled the trial of the Punisher, or trial of Frank Castle," and Daredevil's like, "That was a complete failure. Why would you want me to take your case?" And he's like, "You're my only hope." Something like little funny, right? Little comedic. And so yeah, it's gonna be a relatively small thing. Now, I'm going to do videos on how you can bring everyone into the MCU from the TV shows. Everyone. And I'm gonna do vice versa. So, it's not just gonna be Daredevil. It's not gonna be Punisher. It's gonna be Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Coulson, everyone. I'm gonna figure it the fuck out. And then we'll figure it the fuck out. So, yeah. Also, hopefully I never have to rewind again. That was an unpleasurable experience. Bye now. Alright guys, I've watched like 44 minutes of Justice League, the Snyder Cut, which is actually Zack Snyder's Justice League. Sounds way better than Snyder Cut, but I can't really watch anymore because I've got like 10 minutes before I gotta go to work again. I'm pulling a double once again. Thursday, 18th. Originally it was like Tuesday, 16th. You know, in March, but, you know, just a few days later, I'm doing another double. Can't really complain, though. I sort of accidentally volunteered into it, but whatever. This time, instead of 5 to 9, it's 6 to 9, so we're good. I get to eat food. But I don't have time to watch the whole movie, which is a damn shame. Real people, so just, I can't do anything anymore, like, otherwise I get spoiled. It sucks. But I cannot fucking wait to get through this movie. I'm hoping that there's so much more Batman stuff. I'm hoping for more Superman stuff. I'm hoping for... Really, I'm hoping at least it's more enjoyable than the 2017 movie. Which I admittedly did have a bit of a blast with. I really liked some of the changes they made to Batman's character. But don't particularly care about some of them. I found it way too shocking that Wonder Woman just killed the motherfucker. At the beginning. She's doing that, it's like that scene from the 2017 movie, except when she throws this guy into a wall, his head fucking explodes. That was radical. I was not ready for that. I thought that was kind of shocking. And didn't really feel like Wonder Woman to me. It's that kind of shit. So, unfortunately, a lot of problems I've had with Zack Snyder's previous movies are carrying over into this one, which luckily was something I was prepared for. But I can see a bunch of people getting pissed off because they were like, I thought this was going to be better. But so far so good. I'm like 44 minutes into it, and really I'm just kind of intrigued and excited. I'm not really enjoying a lot of what's happening though, because I'm too early on into the movie to really appreciate it. But, you know, I think once I get to the next chapter, chapter 4, I'll be fine. This movie is separated into chapters, so I don't have to watch it in one sitting. That's fucking brilliant. I didn't understand the chapter thing at first. I was real fucking confused, but no, I know where I am now, so that's cool. But yeah, I'm not far into the movie yet. I have to do a double, so I just don't want to get spoiled on the internet, man. That's what I'm here for. Tomorrow, Falcon and Winter Soldier comes out, and I can watch that before I go to work. And probably finish up, or probably watch some more Snyder Cut. And then, hopefully Friday? No, Friday is tomorrow. Yeah, hopefully Saturday and Sunday, which I'm off. Save for a few doctor's appointments. Doctor's appointments are not going to be nearly like work, but damn. So, yeah. But I should be able to finish it Saturday, maybe. Hopefully. Yeah, Saturday, as long as they don't make me pull a double on Friday. God, I hope I don't have to pull a double on Friday. I should be able to finish it on Saturday. If I have to pull a double on Friday, I'll finish it on Sunday. Yeah. Also, work's just fucking complicated for me because, you know, my job is bussing tables, not being blinded by emotions that I have not felt before. I don't understand what I'm feeling when I go to work anymore. It's really weird. But, yeah. I think I said too much. I'm just so fucking my brain. I can't take another double. I came back home earlier and completely fucking blanked out on certain like details of my own life. It was really weird. The bottom lock on the door when I finally got home was unlocked, or it was locked. And so I'm just thinking about it, and I was like, oh, probably the nurse. And my dad was like, no, it's Karen. And I was like, who the fuck is Karen? And he's like, your grandmother's stupid. I was like, oh, yeah, shit. That's true. My brain can't handle 8 hours of work. It just fucking can't. Luckily, this time it's only 7.5, I think? But 30 less minutes is not gonna make my brain that much better. And then I gotta go. Then I go to sleep. Then I wake up and go to work again. My job is just cleaning fucking tables, so that's kind of repetitive and boring and honestly quite difficult at times. But hey, I guess if I keep doing this, then maybe in the future I won't have to bust tables. So that's cool. The Michael Man never gets enough credit for busting tables. It doesn't look very difficult, and that's the problem. That's the problem. It doesn't look very difficult, it doesn't look time-consuming. That's the problem. I'm not talking about getting a tip here or there. I'm not talking about getting my name plastered on the wall. Just like, hey Michael, you've done great so far. Every once in a while would be a little more appreciated. I'm just going on. But, yeah, the real reason I made this video is I don't have enough fucking time to watch a 4-hour movie. It's impossible. And I'm not calling in sick tomorrow. I'm not that kind of douchebag. I'm gonna go work on Friday. And then I'm gonna be out at doctor's appointments on Saturday and Sunday. And then hopefully I get a day off on next week. That isn't related to a doctor's appointment, because I'm just talking, like, give me 12 hours to myself, that's fine. 12 hours of consciousness. Thank you. This PSA brought to you by fuck you. Nah, but thank you for watching, guys. Just had to get, you know, that little statement out there. My Justice League review will come in the year 2023. Thank you for your patience.
medical teams, this is Control. What's the situation at Grand Central?
Observation post complied. On alert for priority target. Sector clear. Continuing patrol. Control. We've got a man down. SM-1 is here somewhere. Watch your backs. Stay ready to engage. I lost sight of... Hello? Who's there? Eyes open. Spider-Man's here. SM-1 is close. Keep your eyes open. Damn! Where'd he go? Checking it out.
ESU, Hallowed Halls. My alma mater. Have I ever told you what happened when I started school here? Step up to the prompt and live the story for yourself.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
On the very first day of class. I'll bash you into bird seed, Spider-Man! Sorry, that's my best Vulture.
Oh, Pete had fun with this.
Vulture's old research partner, Greg Bestman, taught at ESU. Vulture tried to take Bestman out. I tried to stop him. I'll tell you what, Miles, this fight is hard.
Man, this fight is serious.
Always meddling, Spider-Man. Why won't you let me commit my senseless, overly dramatic crimes in peace?
Feel like Pete's working out some stuff with this Vulture imitation.
I'm old and I hate you! Get off my lawn! Early bird No! No! It was a tough fight, but he was weakening. Then, just as I thought I might actually win, Vulture's eviler twin brother showed up to help. No, actually, he rode through. I was exhausted. I was barely winning. Yeah, it felt like two Vultures.
Like no joke.
How does it feel to be a metaphor for youthful inexperience? Vulture number 2. Great Vulture number 1. I love being used to illustrate the importance of pacing yourself during a battle.
How long did Pete been making this? This yours?
Hey, Vulture number 2. When should you buy a bird? When it's going cheap.
I've been waiting for the bird jokes to come out.
Avenge me, brother! Drat! Curses! You've defeated the other me! Christ! Gadzooks! Oh man, old-timey swears are so fun!
No! He's right!
No! I'll be back, Spider-Man! I'll be back! That fight taught me I'd always be a kid from Queens at heart, but I could carry that strength anywhere. To Manhattan, to the West Coast, heck, even to Sicaria. Weird to think, but I owe it all to an old man in a bird costume. I should really write him a thank you note. Anyway, nice work, Miles. Holographic spider training officially complete.
That was some great training. Kudos to Pete on super clean combat design.
Oh man, that's great. I mean, he'd love that. Gonna tell him now. You're a good one, Spider-Man. See you soon.
Tails great, man. Love that guy.